At 10, a North City pastor is taking steps to stop gun violence at the grassroots level. The pastor of new Northside Family Life says he hears gunfire nearly every day, and some of the shell casings from the shootings have ended up on his property. It's happening near Goodfellow in West Florissant. Ashley Lincoln is detailing the steps he's taking.
Folks hear gunfire around here, and they're not fazed. That's not good. That's not normal.
It's gun violence Pastor Rodrick Burton says people are becoming numb to.
1 week ago today, multiple shots fired right up the street.
He says last week alone, he counted at least 4 shootings near the new Northside Family Life Center.
A few days later, an incident right behind me, 2 women, one pregnant, taken to the hospital.
In January, News 4 showed you this scene where a school bus driver was hit with a stray bullet and crashed into a home around the corner from the center.
And if it weren't for prayer, I don't know how I'd handle it.
While in a climate saturated with protest against police injustices, residents say they shouldn't ignore the gun violence that's happening.
We have a playground with the children over there, and when the gunfire goes off, it scares them really bad.
Numbers from St. Louis Metropolitan Police show gun assaults are up by more than 70% in this area compared to last year.
The police we called, they didn't come.
Last week, Burton says they called the police after a nearby shooting left shell casings in their parking lot. He says the reasoning police gave him for not being able to show up was that they were understaffed and tied up with covering local protests.
They put up a camera and they're trying. And I understand it's COVID and there's protests, but we still need enough people.
He says for now, his church is doing its part by partnering with the Urban League to combat gun violence by establishing block units.
My message to the community is we've got to work together. Time for a change.
Ashley Lincoln, News 4.
What we want to know from police about coverage in those high crime areas while officers are being pulled to cover protests, we have not heard back yet.